a quick presentation on technical details about galvanizing. So the details will include things like the process, the coating, what the coating looks like, how it performs, details about specification, there's a section on sustainability at the end, and interspersed within all of that there's project examples of situations where galvanizing has been used. Before I go on to the technical details, just a quick few details about ourselves. And before I do that, just to highlight one or two of these photographs. We're sad enough to wander around the country and take photographs of corroded steel. And the point that we're trying to make here is that there's still plenty of steel that's rusting away like crazy in the UK and Ireland, and there's obviously an economic consequence to this as well as an environmental consequence. And all we're trying to say is when you're looking to use external steel, please consider galvanizing, or where you're looking to use steel in aggressive situations, one of the coatings you should be considering is galvanizing. One of the other points to raise with this art today is just give you information about ourselves. We exist as an organisation to help you. We were funded, we were set up well over 50 years ago. Our basic aim in life is to provide the likes of yourselves, users and specifiers of galvanized steel with free technical information and advice. So any information, any advice that we give you is totally free of charge. So if after today you've got any questions, any queries about galvanizing, we're the people that you call. Moving on to the actual galvanizing process. So you specify your steel to be galvanized, what happens to it? And this is a standard overview of the galvanizing process. This is not to say that this is exactly what happens at every single galvanizing plant. It's probably 95% of what happens. There are things that individual galvanizers will add to this depending on what they specialize in and the type of fabrications they tend to galvanize. Starting off with the process, initially you go through a cleaning cycle. It's absolutely vital that you go through this cleaning cycle with galvanizing, because if you have contaminated steel, let's say you've got rust on your steel or paint on your steel, and you immerse it into the molten zinc, the tank that appears here towards the end of the process, in the areas where you've got your contamination, in those areas the zinc can't react with the steel and you don't get a coating. And this is what makes galvanizing a bit different when you compare it to other systems. So if there's no coating on the steel, you'll be able to see that there's no coating once it arrives on site. So the first stage in the cleaning cycle is to degrease your steel. We use light caustic soda solutions to remove any light or grease that you may have on your steel.